We have to talk, guys. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Handsome Hanson here. Had to get some tea. And today I woke up, and actually during the day and through the day, I told myself one thing. And I was listening to some things, and I really realized a very, very crucial and important thing. And that is, I have to carry my whole entire bloodline. You heard that right. I have to carry my whole entire bloodline. And my duty as the oldest is to be an example like no other, to show my siblings the right path to success, the right path to how you should live, lead by example. And it starts with me. I'm pretty much the only guy in my, whole family, even the cousins and all that stuff, the only guy that's really going to do something. Besides me and my brother, of course. But the fact is, or the point is, that you guys, if you guys are the oldest, or even if you're the youngest, if you're a guy in today's generation, you have some responsibility to take on. It's not going to be, something that you want, but it's hard. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to go through the trials and tribulations, and some people are not going to, understand what you're going through. That's just how it is. But, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you decide who you want to be, but you have to make sure that you're setting an example, being that type of person that everybody looks up to. And I hope to be that person for every single one of you guys in here, as well as my future children, my future wife, my future everything. My brothers, my sisters, and my whole family lineage. Everybody that's associated with me or knows me, I want them to look up to me. Because, again, I want to be the person that's deserving of that. I want to have the discipline, the things necessary. Now, I'm not going to go into rambling about what I want and this, that, and the third. I'm just going to show y'all. Now, I plan right now to basically make a video every single day. I plan to get up in the morning earlier than everybody else at maybe 4:30 and give you guys a video every single day. And what I want you guys to do is really look at what I'm watching, understand what I'm saying, and understand that watching me will help you get to the path necessary to become the best version of yourself. And you guys can take it any way that you want, but I'm trying to be the best version. You guys will see my growth, and I will just be doing this every single day. And there's two reasons why I'm doing this. One, because of consistency. I realize that I haven't done anything with my life, and I can admit it. I've not made a significant impact as much as I would like to. Now, shout out to the people, or those people on TikTok that's came over and messaged me on Discord. I'm thinking of a specific person, and shout out to you, bro. And thank you for always supporting me. But right now, we are going to switch the gear a little bit. And again, I said that because two reasons. One, because I want to be consistent. And two, I want to leave something behind. I want to show people it's possible, show people my progression through thought and the way that I think. And I hope to create a community that, everybody here kind of has some type of intelligence to them, some type of awareness, some type of thought process. And they excel in this world and they rise above all else. And I don't care how big that community is. I really don't. Because I'm doing this for me and for my children that are going to be looking at this and realizing and seeing my progression. And they'll be looking back at these videos and seeing who I was. and my thought process and why I became the person that I am today. So that's why. I'm gonna die. I'm going to, cripple down just like everybody else, and it's all just depending on what do I want to leave in this life. What do you want to leave in this life, bro? Who do you want to become? Who do you want to be known as? What do you want to be known as? And I actually want to make an impact. I don't want to sit here and do nothing my whole entire life like I've been doing, sitting and playing video games and wasting my time. And it's getting annoying. And there's only so many times that I can sit back and get mad at myself for not making the right decisions. I just got to accept it. But I don't want to accept it. I don't want to accept that reality. I don't want to fall in or cave into, let's just say, the urges or the pressures or whatever is going on at the time. I want to be that person to say to myself, okay, you've wasted enough time in your life, Hanson. You've wasted enough time. You got to get to work now. Or just be consistent in some manner. Be consistent. I've had many setbacks. My arm, got a whole cast on right now. And working out was probably my catalyst for becoming that. Working out was the catalyst. I'm not going to lie. Without working out, I felt, and just without being, let's just say, crippled. I don't like to use that word, but disabled in a way. Me not being to do my push-ups, my running, all that stuff. It kind of puts me in a certain spot that I don't like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, use that, excuse me, use that energy and put it into something like this. So I'm going to stop yapping now. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you in this video. Now, today's video, we are going to be talking about why everything is a scam. Now, this is a big, huge thing that is in social media nowadays is scams. And I remember when I was young and I was on CSGO and I got scammed for a $200 knife. And I was furious. I was distraught. I was like, damn, I really like that knife, whatever. I pulled out of a chest and this, that, and the third. I was like, oh, and guess what? Some dude came along, said, oh, I'll get you more knives, and he scammed me. Now, this is one example, but we're going to see what it's talking about and the fact that scams are very, very big in today's generation. And we're going to be learning a little bit about scams. So hopefully you guys are educated. And let's get educated together.
People are more aware of financial fraud than ever before. From crypto influencers to suspicious-looking text messages, we are all trained to be on the high alert about everything. Unfortunately, the fact that we now suspect everything is a scam is a big reason why financial fraud is at an all-time high.
I lost the majority of my life savings in a dating scam.
Well, you're tightening the belt this year and saving money, but there are a handful of growing scams that are designed to steal your money.
Dating scams where fraudsters convince people to put their money into fake cryptocurrency investments.
But in 2023, the scams are a lot more sophisticated than you may have realized.
Society loves con artists. Don't believe me? Think about this. We are all celebrating Sam Bankman-Fried being convicted of defrauding millions of investors out of billions of dollars. For now. But the same crypto enthusiasts that lost money when FTX collapsed probably at one point or another celebrated the wealth in excess of the Wolf of Wall Street, another convicted fraudster who stole millions of dollars from investors. The future is clear. In 40 years, the insufferable hustle bros will be liking inspirational quotes pasted over the top of SBF. Okay, that might be funny to think about.
Wait. Let's read this quote. No matter what happened to you in your past, you are not your past. You are the resources and the capabilities you glean from it. And that is the basis for all change. I mean, he did scam people. He did scam niggas. But that is what it is, bro.
Inspirational quotes pasted over the top of SBF. Okay, that might be funny to think about, but it happens all the time. The reporter Aaron Griffith with the New York Times wrote about the hundreds of fake companies with fake business plans and fake users being created to attract venture capital investment. Firms like Sequoia, Andreessen Horowitz, and Accel had so much money that they couldn't invest into new ideas fast enough. This started to encourage hopeful founders to fudge their numbers a bit to get a life-changing investment. There were companies that used that money and did build out a real business, but there were other companies that had to keep on lying as more and more investors piled in. If you were a company founder trying to be completely honest about your business, you would have found it much harder to get an audience with these investors to pitch your idea because you were competing with other founders who weren't afraid to stretch the truth or flat out lie to tell investors what they wanted to hear. The venture capital firms that lived by the Silicon Valley mantra of growth at all costs didn't even care because even if the companies they were invested in never made a profit, they could hype them up enough to sell them to strategic investors or dump their trash on the general public through a SPAC. Cases like Charlie Javis, who faked millions of users on her app Frank before selling it to JP Morgan for $175 million.
Damn!
Shafee's IRL.
Damn! That's actually crazy though. Like, the fact that you can just like fake followers and fake users and then just sell it off to a company and scammer gets scammed,
Javis,
bro.
who faked millions of users.
Because think about it. All right. Because this is where I'm going to give you guys a moral lesson about scams, right? At the end of the day, he probably deserved it. JP Morgan Chase, like they probably deserved it because they probably did something in the past that, you know, they were scamming people or stealing money or committing fraud. They were probably participating in that. So, you know, it is what it is. Scammer gets scammed. Nobody's good in this world or this life. You play the game, right? And you think of it, or you say, hey, Hanson, this is a bad way of looking at things. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't scam people. The fact is, if you're not scamming, and I'm not saying I'm a scammer, but to some degree, everybody's scamming. Everybody's faking something. Girls are faking with makeup. Dudes are like, you have to play something. You have to play a part in some regard. But, you know, you have to decide what moral line that is. That's where you decide, like, you know, because I wouldn't be killing people or, you know, taking somebody's life, or if it's somebody that really needs the money and you're scamming like little grandmoms and little kids, it's like, come on, bro. That's a different level, you know.
On her app Frank before selling it to JP Morgan for $175 million. Or Abraham Shafee's IRL, another app that had millions of daily users that raised $150 million at a $1 billion valuation, before an investigation by the board found that 95% of its users were also completely fake.
Damn.
From just these two fake apps, that is a total of $325 million that could have been invested in real startups. But there are 5 reasons why fraud beats honesty almost every time. The first reason that fraud has done so well, even though people are more aware of it than ever, is because nobody bothers checking anymore.
I'm Millie, a content creator
Really?
and business owner. If I had to start my business from zero, I would have focused on building out my client experience.
This is probably a scam too.
While good, honest companies and people
right there, that's probably a scam. What?
Are held down with honesty.
Oh, I thought that was about to say Honeybook. Yo, I'm tripping. But yeah, why fraud beats honesty? Let's go into it.
Regulations, scammers and fraudsters can just lie about how great their business is. The reason that they can get away with this for so long today is because fewer people are checking. According to the remarks of their own administrators, organizations like the Securities and Exchange Commission, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, and the Federal Trade Commission don't have enough resources to regulate market activity. According to the SEC enforcement results from 2022, the agency is now relying mostly on whistleblowers to prosecute pump and dump schemes, securities manipulation, and insider trading. Now, you all know about government regulators being underfunded, but the private sector also failed as well. FTX, Theranos, and WeWork all raised billions of dollars from sophisticated investors that did very little due diligence to verify the lofty claims of the founders. Low interest rates, a hype around venture capital investing, and the growing popularity of SPACs meant that there was a lot of investor money looking for the next big thing. Eccentric founders had the luxury of shopping around for investors who were all desperate to get their money into whatever company was generating the most buzz. And the companies that could generate the most buzz were the ones that could just lie about doing something that could change the world. If only it were true. From my personal experience working as an investment banker in the healthcare space, less exciting companies that are honest about their realistic objectives are drowned in due diligence by more experienced private equity professionals, while companies making wild claims about changing the landscape of the medical world are waved through by venture capitalists that think they are much smarter than they really are. Now, big companies are getting ripped off by founders with questionable attire, but that's not where most of the fraud is happening. Most fraud is targeted at regular people. And even if they don't make any dumb mistakes themselves, offloading the cost of scams onto people has become more lucrative than ever thanks to two other concerning trends. So it's time to learn how money works to find out why the world thinks everything is a scam, except for scams. This week's lesson is sponsored by Trade Coffee. With the holiday season coming up, I can't think of a better gift for yourself or...
This is probably a scam, bro. Like, come on.
The risks of doing no due diligence. And investing hype is finally shifting away from firms promising to be the Uber of in-office kombucha taps. But people suspecting everything of being a scam, apart from scams, the paradox of the grift, if you will, does a lot more harm to normal people who don't have the time or resources to thoroughly vet every offer they are given. The people being hurt the most by these smaller scale frauds are not who you would expect. The most common victim of financial fraud is not elderly people with deteriorating mental capacity getting targeted by scam callers claiming to be the IRS. According to data by the FTC, these scams do fool millions of people every year.
A lot of people.
And more should be done about that to educate and protect people at risk. It sucks that every single email, text message, and phone call needs to be analyzed for sketchy links, and it can be exhausting. But at least it's possible with a bit of attention to stay on the right side of these scams. But the fastest growing category of financial fraud is much harder to protect yourself against. And to show you why, we need to talk about influencers. Seeking fame and fortune is nothing new. And people running get-rich-quick schemes on late-night cable are nothing new either. But technological and cultural changes have allowed these people to merge into one. I don't want to reveal my age here too much, but back in my day, celebrities were afraid of being labeled as sellouts. They had to be very tactful about promoting their merch or their fans would turn on them. Today, selling out is the goal. Modern celebrities and influencers are celebrated for launching a new product line and go on interviews where they talk extensively about how much money they make. There is nothing wrong with celebrities making money, and some influencer businesses sell great products, but a lot don't, and a lot get much worse. According to a 2021 survey conducted by the FTC on consumer losses through scams, 61% of all fraud contacts initiated on social media and websites. Email, online ads, phone calls, and text messages were all fighting for whatever was left. The people you watch and trust online are by far the most likely to scam you.
100%.
Influencers know that their influence won't last forever. Tastes change, their audience will outgrow their content, or they could be caught up in controversies that gets them kicked out of their respective platform. That's show business. But the problem for the new age of celebrity is that the antics that they self-publish onto the internet would make it impossible for a lot of them to get a real job afterwards. So they need to make enough money in their few years of fame to fund their lavish lifestyle forever. It's not impossible to do legitimately, but it's much easier to do by jumping on the latest trends. If you are an influencer and you know your audience is eventually going to get bored of you anyway, it's very tempting to make as much money as possible off them on the way out. And that's the second reason why people think everything is a scam, apart from scams. Fraud is exciting. Reality is depressing. Imagine you had $10,000 to spare, and you are deciding where to put it. A BlackRock broad market exchange traded fund, or a crypto token from a YouTuber. I really hope you all watching know what the right choice is. On a different corner of the internet, you will see people hyping up very risky plays to an impressionable audience while making laser-eye video thumbnails about how BlackRock secretly rules the world. One of the biggest business and finance influencers in the world, Patrick Bet David, has made countless videos talking about the dangers of Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street while defending multi-level and network marketing, including his own multi-level marketing life insurance company. BlackRock is not a faultless business, but your money will be safer with them than it will be with the average influencer. My friend Richard over on The Plain Bagel made a great video about why investing won't make you rich. It can only build wealth by accelerating diligent savings. But that's boring, and that kind of content doesn't make as much money or perform as well with the algorithm as flashy displays of material wealth and non-compliant claims about...
It makes sense. See, even my videos right now are not tailored to the algorithm. Like I would have to probably put some crazy stuff in the title and do some crazy stuff for people to even like look at my videos. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, I get it. Why is everything a scam? Because to be ahead in this life, to go ahead and basically you have to fake something or play something up to a degree to make it so unbelievable or sound unbelievable that people will think it's real, and then they can, they believe it, basically, and they look up to that person or idolize that person because of that fact. You get what I'm saying? So, in that case, don't be naive. Understand that what is on everybody's page of the lifestyle, they use that lifestyle to kind of portray an image. Now, do I plan to do this? I don't know. Maybe. I maybe do this, but I will have authenticity to it. Now, took me a little while to get that word out, which I don't like because I want to be a fluent speaker. But in that case, authenticity is probably one of the most important things that I really want to have as a value. I want to be as upfront as possible, as honest as possible, while making the most money. Because at the end of the day, there will be people still that will buy your stuff, no matter what. And especially if it's good, especially if it's a good product that actually helps you. And, if something's in demand and you provide that demand and people like it and want it and use it, I don't see no issue in that. The thing is that people might embellish, is a word, or kind of play up the part that, oh, I'm living this lavish lifestyle. I got the Lambo, I got the girls, I got this. When in reality, they're using their resources or money to pay it instead of them actually doing it or being that person. If you get what I'm saying.
Making money. Even influencers not peddling get-rich-quick schemes need to over-sensationalize everything to maximize engagement. I know I pick on Graham a lot, but judging by his thumbnails, this guy has been bankrupt 4 times this year alone.
Imagine if ChatGPT and Canva had a baby. That's at Creative AI. It's
Okay,
the only
bro.
generative AI designed for it.
I don't want this.
Influencers are an easy target for ridicule, and I understand as a now full-time YouTuber myself, it's tempting to use the flames and laser eyes. But it all builds a culture of getting as much attention as possible, as quickly as possible, and then trading that influence for cash. The biggest problem is that there appears to be very few consequences for doing this. People like Logan Paul, who at the height of the cryptocurrency mania promoted several pump and dump schemes, has to date had no problems with regulators who are struggling to keep up in this area as well. He also hasn't even taken that much reputational damage and still has millions of fans watching his videos and buying Prime energy drinks. Another friend of the channel, Patrick Boyle, in an interview with Zeke Fox, an investigative reporter for Bloomberg, and author of Number Go Up, said that the grift is not something to be embarrassed about anymore. It's now seen as high status, because the most visibly high status people are all doing it. Fox also claimed that investigations into this matter almost don't make sense anymore, because the perpetrators of this kind of fraud are so unashamed and open about it that an investigative journalist doing an expose on Dink Doink would be like a food critic writing a review on Taco Bell. And that's the third reason why we think everything is a scam apart from scams. Fraud moves faster than we do.
That is one of the most important things you ever. Bro, think about it. All these people that do fraud, they get the most attention. They get the most media attention. All these people that are in the news for doing this and that. What do you think they're doing? Unless it's something like terribly that they get canceled for, they're looked at and idolized. Like, honestly, people, like, it literally is crazy, but that's the world we live in nowadays. That's what gets the clicks. And that's the lesson for today's video, that you got to know what gets the clicks. You got to know what gets the clicks. Every single one of these YouTubers, they know what it got to get the clicks, and they did whatever it took. And that's what you're going to have to do. Like, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. Or else you'll be a channel like mine. This channel right here, that it's not going to get the clicks. And I don't care that it's not going to get the clicks. But this is the thing. When it comes to it, authenticity is dead. Being as most authentic as possible is dead in today's day and age because you have to play it up to some degree. You have to play it up. Oh, this happened. Oh my God. Oh my. Da, da, da. Think about it. Fake YouTubers, fake pranks, fake, skits. All those things go crazy. Oh, is it real? Is it not? I don't think it's real. I think it's real. It's like, come on. Any person that is intelligent or any person that watches, let's just say my people, my community, they should know that. What's fake and what's not. But what you can't do is get angry at it. What you can't do is say or look down on it to a certain degree because that's the way the world works. That's just how it is. You can't do anything about it. When it comes down, the fake stuff is going to get more publicity.
New technologies like cryptocurrencies, AI, and the internet all may have legitimate marketable uses, but it can take years for people to figure out what those use cases are and years more to build businesses around them. It's little wonder then that the new technologies are a golden opportunity for fraud. By promising to know the secrets to using something new to make lots of money, grifters can leverage the natural hype of barely understood tech to sell a guide on how to use it for a profit. The hustle bros that were selling crypto trading guides when Bitcoin was entering the mainstream are now telling you how to use ChatGPT to make millions by automating some vaguely legitimate sounding online business. This problem hits every level of finance, not just core scammers. The venture capital funds that were throwing investor money at blockchain companies are now throwing investor money at anything that claims to use AI. And the influencers that were crypto experts now know how to use ChatGPT to make $300 a day. The rapid pace of new technologies that people are desperate to understand is behind the rapid pace of new frauds pretending to know the answers. The reason that people are so desperate for the answers is also the fourth reason that they are so willing to convince themselves that a scam is not a scam. People are desperate. I don't need to say too much about this one. According to Lending Club data, 62% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Nobody earning minimum wage can afford to rent a basic 2-bedroom apartment anywhere in the country.
People are broke. People are broke in this world. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you're broke, that's what's going to happen. If you're broke, your percentage chance of getting scammed is up by this much. You know why? Because you are broke. You have no money. You're desperate. You're looking for some crazy thing to come out of the thin air. Because that's what you do when you sit down and do nothing all day. I literally almost got scammed. I almost got my whole time even wasted. I was sitting in a Barnes and Nobles. This female came up to me and said, "Oh, I have this business opportunity. Amway, look up Amway." It was a whole scam. It was a whole pyramid scheme. They had me going to this little meetup in a whole store. It was a grill store where you get the grills and stuff in the patios outside the furniture store, bro. They was running the operation in the back of the furniture store. Having people, we're gonna make you rich. I'm telling you, don't change your time for money. All you have to do is buy this monthly subscription and start using the Amway products to get points. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, anything that uses points is a scam. Okay? Don't fall for it. Now, I've had plenty of things that I've scammed. Like, I've got scammed on. Plenty of things. I can name, like, multiple things that I've got scammed on. But now, I'm super sensitive. Super skeptical. And that's a great thing. I love being like this. You can't scam a scammer. I know how to scam now. If I really wanted to, I could scam. But that's the thing. Do I want to? No, I don't need to scam. I'm going to be as upfront as possible because that's just the person I am. So yeah, don't get scammed, guys. But, if you get scammed, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry. Do not worry. It's okay. You'll get back. I'm telling you.
Country. People have to jump through up to 17 interviews to get a job. Interest rates are rising, basic essentials are twice what they cost 5 years ago, and most people don't think there is any hope of changing that.
The housing crisis in the United States is real. It is incredibly difficult for people to buy a home.
Sad as 4 in 10 consumers consider themselves worse off than last year.
Anything promising a way out of a no-hope situation looks good to a lot of people. The fifth reason why we now think everything is a scam, apart from scams, is because the outlets that were supposed to be keeping us informed about this have also decided that there is more money in sensationalism. Go and watch the 200-year decline of journalism over on How History Works to find out how we let that happen. I am also going to be writing a full article on fraud culture in finance from the perspective of a former investment banker.
Now this is very interesting. This is super interesting stuff. Definitely we'll check out more of this stuff and we'll react to it on the channel. But in this case, scam is everywhere. Most of the things that you see on the internet is a scam to some degree. The trading, now that's the stuff that I listen to. Now watch. I don't know what you guys watch or listen to, but I would just be skeptical. And what I want you to do, this exercise, is go on your For You page, look at, and try to look at all the scams. Look at them. Try to actively search for a scam. Look into it, see their thing, see their course, see it, bang, 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 look at the reviews, see if the reviews look fake, and then, you know, see what they're promising. Try to do your own research. And this is a active thing that you could do to become better at detecting scams and overall just being a better person, so you can be a more overwhelmed and not be tricked, easily fooled, be a sucker. Look at it. I'm telling you guys, that's a big thing. Personalities, they can be scams. The courses, they can be scams. Emails, yeah, like those are the obvious ones, like the emails and Bitcoin, and they calling you on your phone talking about, oh, I'm from the IRS and all this stuff. Like, come on, bro. If you falling for that, bro, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, bro, social media, everybody's trying to take money from somewhere. You got to figure out where that is. You got to be upfront about it. But yeah, bro, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And make sure you do what I told you, because that's the only way. Make sure I do what I told you. You want to learn how to really detect scams? Do what I told you. So yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. It's your boy Handsome Hanson, and we out. Peace.